Hey guys, it's Protoman111 with Let's Play Megaman Legends 2. The last segment featured the boss of the Mountain Ruins, which was a big, huge frog, and he decided that he wanted to eat the first key and get his source of iron. But real quick, this is kind of going to be kind of a boring segment, but I'm showing all the other small stuff that I didn't really show in the other segments. This is the general store, and you can buy things for the flutter, and you can also buy presents for roll here, symbolized by a little heart. The things for the flutter will have a question mark, and they're just little random things that actually do appear in flutter. But we'll just buy the stuffed doll for now and buy the model ship later, where we actually are, rolling kittens in it, but right now we're not. Also, take a little bit of time to explore the buildings once you rebuild them, because they do have Zenny here and there, and you could always use Zenny, so that's not a problem. Like I said, once you build the jet shoes, it's probably the best just to keep using them so you can get around quickly, as opposed to walking everywhere. Another odd thing I tend to do is take the helmet off, just because I'm used to him not having his helmet on, and I usually switch back and forth. When not in dungeons, I keep the helmet usually off, but for the sake of speed, I won't be taking the helmet off all the time, just to keep the thing going, keep it consistent. Okay. This is the junk shop of the Mendo Island village thing, place, whatever. Okay. It acts like any other junk shop. You can buy things you need for Megaman here. Bought more life gauge. So I need to buy one more pack for the life gauge. Make sure you buy energy canteen packs to match how much life you have. The highest I've ever bought was about 50 or so, but you may need less. It just depends on how you are as a player. Doesn't really matter. There's no limit or how much you need at the very least. But okay, so let's go ahead and return this key back to Blucher. That way we can get going. Okay, real quick, after I talk to Laura a little bit, I will show you her room particularly, which is the place of most interest. Yeah, otherwise we won't be doing anything. Okay, real quick, if you haven't finished up already, try to get this stuff done out of the way as soon as possible. So we can get all the refrigerator, the TV, fix the back two rooms, that way we have everything squared away. Don't have to worry about it. Now, whenever you do have presents, you have the option to give her whatever present that you have. And like I said, this will help your relationship with her. Once it gets to a certain point, you will get the discount. So this is her room, and we'll be a little bit nosy here to start poking around. We're not supposed to. Okay, and there's the doll that we just bought her. Apparently, she hugged it 100,000 times and went in the hyperbolic time chamber and hugged it forever. Okay, this is her diary. As things happen in the game, more entries will be put into here. There's really no significance to this, but if you just like reading the little side things that her little thoughts on the issues, that's fine. As you buy her gifts, they will appear in this room. So if you just want to see her get the gifts that you bought her, come out here and check it. Okay, I need to get the other health item quick before we head out. This will be covering the sub-ruins for the next island we're going to, and then once we cover that, we will actually go into the story scenes and whatnot. Make sure you pick that picnic lunch up. Every time you use it, make sure to come back and get another one. So I'll just keep respawning, so long as you don't have one in your inventory already. Pick up the ladder. Okay, and every time you get a key, you will always go back to the sulfur bottom because the story will not progress otherwise. You can go back to where you visited, but there's really not a whole lot of point to it. No, let's take our time. Good luck. And of course, the pirates are crafty enough to disable the defense systems of Nino Island. But Nino Island, basically, that whole area will probably be a defense mission and a defense kind of deal. So just keep in mind of that. Keep in mind of your weapons. Keep in mind that longer range weapons will help. Okay. Whenever you get a new assignment, make sure you check the jump shop because it may have some new equipment available for you, parts, items, whatnot. And padded armor is a new thing. It guards against knockdown and it gives you 25% damage reduction. Eventually in the game, if you do come across better armor and you run into some of the Reaper bots that actually move around, damage may be negated, and you may actually do damage to them, but that's still a ways away. Always get new armor when you can get it. Don't put that off, otherwise you'll suffer for it later. So let's go ahead and real quick and get out to Nino Island. Pretty sure she's devising and planning and whatnot, because you know we just woke up Mr. Sarah and apparently there's something up with those two. But we'll save that for later. Nino Island is a small island on the bottom right-hand side of the map. So head that way.
They're here! Here they come! Wait until they get within range, then fire!
Crazy old man.
Huh? Ah! Huh? Those aren't pirates? Oh no!
You, sir, have failed.
I'm so sorry. Really, I am. I can't tell you how sorry I am. I thought you were pirates. That's why we shot at you. Can you please forgive me? Please.
Seems like Clyde and his bunch have heard there's a key to the motherlode here. They've been attacking us for a while now.
We're all right. Our ship wasn't badly damaged either.
Don't worry about it, sir. I'll have the flutter fixed in no time at all.
Well, things are a little hectic around here right now, what with the pirates and all, but make yourselves at home. Feel free to visit the Diggers Guild.
It's Roll looking cute as usual. Okay, a couple of things. First of all, we can't go back to the flutter right now until we get this whole thing sorted out. Secondly, Roll's right here. You can work on anything that you need to be working on right there. Let's see if I have my special weapon that I needed. Okay, we'll need that drill arm, so just a little bit longer, not too much. Third, right now there isn't anything going on, but we can't enter doors unless there's a red light. Okay, but those will come on later. Maybe relative to Chun-Li, not too sure. I'm pretty sure she's inspired by Chun-Li. I mean, this is Capcom we're talking about here that made this game. But I haven't mentioned this in the beginning, even though I should have. Oh wow, we don't have to come here till later. This is something we'll deal with later. But as you already know, Megaman Legends 3 was already canceled because Capcom basically told us to fuck off. I'm actually kind of interested in hearing your opinions on the matter. So if you have anything to say, just either post a video response or just leave a message in this particular video. I want to hear what you guys have to say. I personally am very pissed off, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people will. But rather than just tell me you're pissed off, tell me specifically why if you want to. But back to the game. This is the junk shop right over here. Okay, dinner store is right here. And then this would be the gate to the ruins, but we can't go here yet. So, real quick, let's go ahead and go into the Diggers Guild. Excuse me. In this area, you can actually take your tests if you haven't already done so in Yoshanka. Okay, there is no refractor in this particular ruin, just because it's a guild ruin. Not one of the ones you'll find out in the field. Okay, this room may be a little different depending on how the game wants to play it. You may have those crawling enemies to start with. The last recording I actually did had the crawling enemies that nearly killed me immediately. Be careful of that. Again, this trick is holding the fire button and tapping forward repeatedly. That lets you fire faster than you normally would. This trick is probably only applicable if you are playing on a higher difficulty where the reader bots take ages and a half to kill. Later on in the game, you probably won't need to use this if you raise your rapid high enough. Otherwise, if you like to be a high power and don't really care about rapid, you probably would stick to using the trick. This ruin tends to go in a circular pattern, so there's really nothing really new here. Okay, you can switch quickly by pressing the menu button to go into the menu and hitting the circle button. Later on, I'll probably demonstrate the vacuum arm just because it's really helpful in farming, as any if you need it. Yeah, this is kind of a war kill. Because enemies here are actually really new. You probably won't hit any really new enemies until the next era we're heading into. And that's a mimic if you can't already tell. You almost ran me over. Don't be trying to run me over. Okay, these don't seem to drop a very good amount of any. But still, be careful. Hello, how are you doing floating in the air? And those of you who played Megaman Legends 1 will recognize this epic music. This is actually one of my favorite soundtracks for the subsidies in Megaman Legends 1. I actually like this one very much. Most of the sub ruins in this game will be using tracks from the previous Legends game. So if you have a good ear and have been paying attention to the tracks, you'll pick up on it. This is one of those walls you can use the draw arm to break. Break it open, we find ourselves a treasure chest. It's not a mimic, so we don't have to worry about that. I guess this is any. And it's usually worthwhile to actually break those open to find new things, as we discovered in the Manda ruins, but there's going to be 3 of those crawling enemies in this room, so watch out for that. And that was pretty close. No, stop it! And don't run into them, because that would fail all kinds of ways. Do a little bit of damage to each. And then... in my recordings, I've been noticing my gamepad sounds have been coming through, and there's really nothing I can do about that. That's the mic being a little sensitive. I did turn off the noise cancellation, or turn on the noise cancellation, but it doesn't seem to make any difference. So, but I do apologize for that bit. And big, huge, empty room. Yeah, it seems like a trap, doesn't it? Yeah, that's what I thought. Anybody who's been a gamer for a while should already know big empty rooms sometimes can be a trap. Like I said, there will be more or less things in these ruins depending on how the game wants to spawn them, and it's at a random interval, random array, so you have no way to tell him. This is a mimic, obviously. And I can still get smacked upside the head by the bomb. Herp derp too much. Also, guys, let me know how my commentary is. I mean, I tend to be really shy and not like to talk very much. At least I try not to, unless there's something relative pertinent to what we're doing. So just let me know how my commentary is. I really appreciate it. And this is, like I said, one of my first series of Let's Plays, and I really do hope to kind of try and keep this going as long as I can. Yesterday was a horrible day for me to try to do it because I was super tired trying to do this, so I had to re-record this particular section. Some areas are going to be more boring than others, obviously, and I will have less or more comments to say about everywhere, so just bear with me. I also been playing Saints Row as well, but that's not going to be something I'm going to LP just because it's so massive. But with that, that's it. There's nothing more to this particular sub-run that goes in a circle. And at this point in time, you can't leave the Flutter. Can't leave to go to the Flutter or go elsewhere. So you're going to have to farm here if you need money. But with that, we're going to go ahead and call this segment over and done with. Next time, we're going to go ahead and go through the story events and defend Nino Island as it's been coming under attack by random things. So this is Proto Man 111 signing off.